Okay, I'm back. Okay, I got to past the point where he was beating me, and we're on our way home. Um, we were going, we were supposed to go to his mother's house to pick up my son, and and I didn't want to be anywhere near him. Like he literally wanted to kill me that night, and if he could have got his hands on me, he would have. I ran inside to his mom, told her what had happened, laid on the couch, and I cried my eyes out. Um, his mom had one of her friends spending the night that night, and she wanted to call the police. His mom went outside, asking him if he hit me, whatever, and he started to yell, and she threatened to call the cops because he was being so loud, and I was having a lot of pain and was ready to pass out, and all the blows had gone to my head and my neck. And because of my back problems, they really wanted me to go to the hospital, so I did. I went to the hospital and I found myself as one of those women that I never wanted to be. They asked me what happened, and I said I was out partying with my girlfriends and I missed the curb and fell and hit my head. I always thought I would never be one to be abused. I would never let a man put his hands on me. This wasn't the first time, but this was the first time that other people witnessed, and I couldn't deny it, and I couldn't hide it. Um, I ended up having a concussion and some really bad bruising and stuff, but I did not file charges. He was still my husband, and he was drunk, and they used that as an excuse as to why um, he shouldn't, be in trouble. And anyway, the next morning came. We stayed the night at his mom's, and the next morning came, and I expected that. Oh, I'm so sorry. It will never happen again. I love you so much. But instead, I got, it was all your fault. How could you make me hit you? Um, all this other crap. And so basically, our relationship went completely downhill after that. I still let him come home. I let him come home, and he hadn't been paying rent. My parents had let us been living in a house that they owned for 2 years. And one day, my stepdad came and kicked him out. He was forced to leave. I was at Walmart while most of it happened, and then I got the message and I came home. Um, I agreed with him leaving, and I stayed at the house. He went and stayed with his mom for a while. Um, we talked about still being together for a little while, and and then he moved to a new apartment far away, and he kept calling, and saying, I have my apartment now. You guys should come out and stay with me. Blah blah blah. He wanted me back and whatever. And then one day he called and he said that we were over for good. I was very upset, but it was the best thing that he ever did for me. I found out a week later that he had been seeing this other woman for months. Let's say that they met in February and we finally broke it off. He moved out of the house the end of May and we broke it off in July. He had been dating her since February and taking my car every weekend to go see her. Um, so anyway, I found out he was dating her. I was very upset. I went through all the emotions, every emotion I can think of. I went through. Um, he ended up going to jail for some cocaine charges he had from years ago, but he had messed up with his PO, so he ended up going to jail. I found out later that my dad was the one who actually called him in and sent him to jail. While he was in jail that first night, I spoke with his new girlfriend. I tried to warn her, just to let her know what had happened to me. I didn't want it to happen to someone else. And then I said, just make sure you don't get pregnant by him because he has like 6 or 7 kids. So I said, make sure you're not pregnant, you don't get pregnant by him, and that's when I found out she was pregnant and due in March. Well, this was about January that this happened. So, um, that fit out to the point where he told me that we were done was when he found out she was pregnant. Anyway, I spoke with this woman who he had basically spilled his guts to about how he had cheated on me for 2 years with random women over and over again, and how he had been seeing her for so long. And basically, what I'm making this video for is that this was the most traumatic thing that ever happened to me in my life. It fucked me up for a very, very long time. I didn't think I was good enough for anyone. I thought that I was garbage, and it, my world came crumbling down. I didn't know what to do. All I knew was him. From 19, all I knew was him. And everywhere I looked, he was there. I finally got past it, and took me a long time, and my eyes really opened, and things started to make sense. Him being gone this time and this time, it all made so much sense. And I couldn't believe how fucking blind I was, and how I didn't listen to these people who constantly were making hints and telling me, my mom, I fought with her the whole 6 years we were together because she hated him, and she had told me she had seen him with someone else, and I'm like, no, that could never happen, he would never cheat on me. And I found out that it was all true. In the end, it ended up being the best thing for him to leave me, because I have got now the most amazing man I could have ever dreamed of. He's, like I've said before, the male version of me. He treats me like a queen, like I never thought I ever deserved to be treated. I never thought anyone ever got treated this way. So basically that's my story up until Ned and Master, which now he just has totally changed my life. He's made me feel beautiful and special, and he's brought me back to me. I lost myself along the way, and now I'm getting myself back. And so I just wanted to get my story out there. If no one watches this video, then no one watches it. But it's something that I needed to document for myself, just for me. So if anyone sees this video, wants to comment, needs to talk about something like this happening in their life, don't be afraid to talk to someone. I was scared to death. I didn't want to tell anyone what I was letting happen to me. All the emotional, the physical, everything, and I didn't want anyone to know. But once it got out there, I felt so much better. So this is basically for any women, juggalettes or not. If you need to talk, hit me up, because I'm willing. And basically I just wanted to get this out there, so I'm going to end it now because it's already gotten long enough. So much motherfucking wicked clown love to any lets or lows that watch this. Yeah, that's about it. Peace.